Hey guys, it's Nick. So I'm on dinardaily.net right now. I'm just going to kind of play some audio from the Wingit call. Now, I'm a little tired, so I apologize if my voice does sound a little bit fatigued. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and just play this audio here. You can see I've got it loaded right here on my other screen. This is from an earlier Wingit call early in the week. I believe this was the 13th. Sound a little bit fatigued. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and just play this audio here. Hang on. You can see I've got it loaded right. So what you were just hearing was the live stream because I actually have this loaded right now. So now let's go ahead and play that audio without the interruption. Here we go.
From Nick G. Marino over on Dinar Daily. This is a threat, and we'll address this right now.
Here we go.
Gerry, I'm writing this to inform you of my plan to absolutely destroy you and your cult following.
Okay, pause. So I didn't actually think he was going to read it. I'm really surprised that he took the time to read my post. But I had heard from some of my buddies here on Dinar Daily, hey, you know, Gerry over there at Wingit has been talking about you and has been talking about Kenny. I said, oh, okay, interesting. Now, you guys know I don't listen to Dinar calls, so I got a little background on what he's been talking about. So I decided I don't trust this guy, but a lot of people do. So let's just go ahead and let him finish reading the message I wrote.
You have crossed the line over and over again with your lies, and the time has come. You are now in my crosshairs, and it will only be a matter of time until you go down. Best regards, Nick. P.S. You'd better give Lonnie the money that you collected. And then it says, to the Wingit crowd, this is your pathetic leader, a guy who looks like Porky. You know, I guess I'm a swell-looking feller. You're an idiot, Nick. From
okay, that's
Nick.
That's it right there. So now I can move that around. Okay, well, I mean, we got some pictures of him. There he is right there. And we're going to continue on. Rambler Nash said, Gerry has a message for him. It's called, said, you to bring it cupcake. So, I mean, that's later on in the call. California Sugar wrote this. Now, chat actually ended up closing. It says, before chat closes, I want to encourage everyone to remove your support of Nick G by unsubscribing to his YouTube channels, Global Currency Reset, and Dinar Avenues, as well as stop following him on Twitter, Dinar Daily. Just my suggestion. All right, California Sugar. You know, I don't really need anybody's support. All I'm doing is out here just putting the truth out there. That's it. And even Reap and So said, pretty evident, he's a con artist. Easiest way to pull the unraveling string on this whole operation is to report it to the proper investigative authorities, because he has defrauded people out of money and has continued to lie about contacts, revealing intel about a make-believe RV. And I was joking about Cupcake. Now, this is going to be quite humorous. I really liked some of the stuff that everybody put out. There's Roxy. There's some awesome cupcakes from Purple Sky. There's a Cupcake Man. And just keep going. And then this was really, really cute. So I love Nash. He did this. He's very artistic. I'm not. So I like the little cupcake on me. So yeah. So and yeah, Gerry Maguire started it. So I was waiting for this is how I responded. Now look at this. So I probably have to zoom out a little bit. But yeah, so this is the Wingit site right now. This is Wingit Call, and you can see Wingit Call with Gerry Maguire, Masters Trust, Pumper. This is not Photoshop, by the way. I know it looks like people are like, hey, you just Photoshopped that. No, I didn't. There's just the Wingit Pumper call right there. And just messages. Yeah, okay, so to join us on Twitter, twitter.com/Wingit Calls. That's this one right here, twitter.com/Wingit Calls. And you can see some of the stuff on the Twitter page here. You know, you got a link to the FBI, you got a phone number up here. And so only 2 followers, but, you know, it'll probably grow. You know, I know it's not very popular. And I think that was it on this page. Wasn't really too much happening. Now look at this one. This is the active board. It says, welcome to the Wingit Room with Gerry Maguire. Chat room is permanently closed. Visit Dinar Daily for real Iraqi dinar updates. And that's the site right here, which we were just on. And I got to mention a few other sites too. So OOM2. This is a perfect site for you guys to check out. So let that load for a minute. Here's another site where they'll be talking about Gerry Maguire and Wingit and some of the other crazy people out there. And let's go back to that page just for a second. Oh, look who I'm logged in as. Uh-oh. So this is welcome to the Wingit room forum and chat. The Wingit room is here for our community for the purposes of providing disinformation. I should probably zoom in. I know it's probably hard to read that. For providing disinformation as well as pumping the Master's Trust scam by Richard T. Howell. We'll get into this guy in a little bit. Known as conman on ripoffreport.com. Now, before I go any further, I should probably show you. When you do a Google search for Richard T. Howell, right up there, Richard T. Howell is a crook. Beware. Ripoff report, ripoff report, ripoff report. So there's Yelp. You could read about. This is just a phone number here, but I mean, it matches the area code 949, which you'll see later on. Is this area code coming up 949? Speaking of which, this is the new page on the Master's Trust. It says RTH at Gmail. The other one was RH at Master's Trust. You can see this is archive.org from April. So I don't know why he's no longer on Master's Trust, but anyways, I don't trust people have like they use their Gmail. They should use their whatever their username is at website.com. But Gmail, yeah, I don't know. If you're supposed to be selling these trusts, that's kind of strange to be using a Gmail account. Just my thoughts. Let me just make sure the recording is still working. Looks like it's still working. This is private, by the way. I don't even have this public yet. Okay, known as comment on ripoffreport.com. I'm just reading off of I'm just reading off of the Wingit Act. I mean, you can see this is the Wingit page, guys. Nothing, Yeah, I'm logged in. Am I not? I mean, it says I'm logged in right now as MDS 1965. So you tell me. The calls are a way of providing an avenue for people to get these trust packages for $500 when they absolutely don't need them, especially if they do not have cash flow or hard assets such as a paid for home, boat, or expensive artwork. Bottom line, don't bother listening to Wingit calls. Instead, visit dinardaily.net. And of course, oom2.com. Got to put that in there. So follow those websites, iraqcurrencywatch.com and dinarvnews.net for real factual news on what is happening with the Iraqi dinar. And it shows administrators and MDS 1985, which I'm logged in as, so I'm an administrator. So you can see here the Wingit call with Gerry Maguire. It says in parentheses, complete waste of time. And I think that's quite interesting. I'm not going to open up anything on the page at this point, but yeah, you can see this is what the Wingit call page looks like. There's no longer a chat. I don't know why everybody freaked out. Oh yeah, showing that I've got last activity 3 minutes ago. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I'm logged in as him, right? Anyways, guys, so that's a little look at their site. This is definitely his place here. You can see on this Twitter page, this is his house, and the pickup truck. Like I said, my voice is a little fatigued, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, I wrote a little article on my page here, Dinar Review News. I mean, my main thing is I'm going to be ranking for Wingit Call sooner or later. I mean, that's what I do. So pretty soon, this page will be popping up there. But yeah, I just mentioned this post on the Wingit Call, so you guys can check out this link. It's in the description of this YouTube video right now. And put some links to more to Dinar Daily, more to Richard Howell, including that ripoff report. This is quite an interesting thing. So a program called Twitter Audit, how many of your followers are real? And when you look at the Wingit Call, they've got a 43% score. Now, this is referring to their real Twitter page, of course, guys. And it shows they've got more fake followers than real followers. It was last audited 12 days ago. You can do this your own self. Just go to twitteraudit.com and just put in @Wingit Call. That's all you got to do. And just see, they have a bunch of fake followers. I don't know. Maybe that just means that people follow them and don't tweet, or maybe it just means that they bought fake followers. I can't speculate on that, except for that's just noting that this website is saying that they have fake followers. So so this is the page that we're on right now, the live page. If I refresh it, it'll probably change the image up a bit. Let's see. Yep, there it is. So this is just going over what we were just showing. All right, so here's some of the Wingit Call notes from the 13th of September, just a few days ago. And this has to go with some things regarding Reno, contact in Reno. This is this guy, Art, obviously making up lies. I don't know why people are still talking about Reno cash outs. I mean, This was already disproved a long time ago that some people went to Reno. They actually were there for over a year. They were there for over a year waiting for a revaluation, and it wasn't going to happen. And people have been asking me personally, do I think something's going to happen this year? Here's what's going to happen to the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. Come January 1st, 2017, Iraqi dinar will be pretty much exactly where it is right now. The Vietnamese dong will be at a lower rate. And I said that in a previous call, and I'm going to stick by that. Okay, so now we're on this. We're just showing some things that Rambler Nash actually had posted. And it's that website, that Masters Trust website, which we get off of their wonderful website right here, Masters Trust and replay links. And, feel free if you want to waste time listening to those. But as I stated earlier, there's no need for a trust package unless you actually have something to put in that trust. If you have assets, one of the other scams I had been hearing about for years is that you need to have a trust in place before a revaluation, which is completely untrue. And he's saying, don't you just love the disclaimer of how they're not licensed professionals to get advice from licensed professionals? Exactly. In my opinion, if you were even thinking of getting a trust, what you would want to do is find somebody who is a licensed professional and talk to him and ask him. And by the way, good luck getting a refund from Richard Howard in the event that you do actually get one of these trust packages. Good luck getting a refund. He's very hard to get a hold of. Now, all this information, this is all public. None of this stuff is private. We got the phone number right here. But all the ripoff report information is there. If you're watching this video, you can see clearly. Just type that in. Just type, is Gerry Maguire Wingit involved in Masters Trust scam? Just Google that. It'll bring you right to Dinar Daily. I mean, this was another strange thing. The actual YouTube video, let me bring that over for a minute. You can see it says Matters Trust instead of Masters. I thought that was quite strange. Really basic. And this is, you can contact Richard Howard directly by phone. That's his phone number. I'm pretty sure after this video is made, that phone number is either going to be not working or maybe it'll be switched to another number, because he probably doesn't want a bunch of people calling asking him about the scam, but that's fine. And this is another post from actually last month. It says, it seems Gerry Maguire is a little upset at the people here at Dinar Daily. It's not about Paul Rosen, but it's about Richard Howard. It says, Gerry and Richard go to some length to describe on how to do due diligence of that law firm by going to the Texas Bar Association, the Better Business Bureau. But what they don't want you to do is your due diligence on Richard Howard. And you can just read this yourself. This is all for you guys to read. Just check out the URL as I'm going through these pages and just type it in your browser. I'm going to put some of them on the actual page itself. All right. So here's a Masters Trust website. Again, this is not something you guys need to get. It's not. You can learn all you want about trust, but if you don't have cash flow, if you don't have assets to put in a trust, then you honestly have no business getting a trust. That's the bottom line. Gerry Maguire's Facebook page, totally public. This is not anything private. I'm not sure if he's going to keep it up or not, but he hasn't posted since May. So it's been a considerable amount of time since he has. There's a picture of him and his bike. I did not mean to zoom in on his stomach. That's just the way the picture is. It's because he just duplicated his image and it got cropped. Probably should change his background image. Yeah, that's his wife. And she seems nice. I don't know what her background is. I'm not really looking into that. I was actually researching him and this came up. And this is her LinkedIn page. I wasn't able to find, well, you've got his right here, but I mean, what's the point? He doesn't put his picture up. And this was another thing, another forum here, T-shirts forum. Again, public information, phone number, email address. So you can see that right there. And all I did was I just Googled the phone number. You see all the phone numbers out here, the 6631. I did a Google search for that number. It brought up this webpage right here. And it sure enough said Gerry Maguire. So this is still an unexplained situation here with the change for Richard Howard's email address. I'm not really sure why. I mean, when you're running a business, you typically use the website name in the email address. But for some reason or another, you switch to Gmail. So not really quite sure on that. Maybe somebody will know. I came across this. I can't really verify if this is the Richard Howard. However, it does have that 949 area code. So that is quite interesting. But again, just do a search for Richard T. Howard and you get a bunch of ripoff report warnings. And again, just take a look at it. It says Richard Howard owes people money, commission. So, and it says Newport Beach, California, which I do believe that is. This is Irvine, California. I don't believe that's very far off if you look at the zip codes. So that's it. When you're on Dinar Daily, there's two ways to do the search for the Wingit stuff. Now, this is no one's fault really, but because it's typed two different ways. So you could just type Wingit, or you could do wing space it. Either way, Dinar Daily is ranking for a great number of terms for Wingit. So again, I'm not really sure why people are listening to any of these Dinar calls. I don't. I wasn't even aware that they were talking about me on these calls. Was not aware whatsoever. Nash and SS Smith from this website, Dinar Daily, and a few other people had said, "Hey, Nick, they're talking about you on this other site and on these calls." I said, "No, I had no idea, guys." So thanks to those guys for pointing that out to me. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up the YouTube video right now that we're discussing. Let me mute this so it doesn't loop the audio. So again, this is just a replay of the page that we're on right now. Now, I have this as private. You can probably tell. I don't want all my subscribers to get in on this. I just wanted to post this on Dinar Daily, and people can replay it. That's why you don't see anybody in the chat room. This is a private, unlisted video. So only people who are going to see it are people who are visiting Dinar Daily, which is most likely the Wingit crowd, because they have a call that's actually expected to start later today. In fact, they moved it earlier from what I understand. So I'll be putting a few more links up here before the day is over, but I'm kind of tired and I just wanted to get this video out at the request of a few people. And like I said, it's quite interesting what happened to their website here. Wingit call with Gerry Maguire, Masters Trust Pumper. That's not Photoshop. If it was, would I be able to do this? So definitely not. Same thing with this one. So, thanks to MDS 1985 for, letting me use your login. I really appreciate it. That was nice of you to give me the admin login. But anyways, that is it, guys. Other than that, I strongly advise you to check out the websites that are mentioned here: dinardaily.net, iraqcurrencywatch.com, dinarrvnews.net, and of course, Out of Mind, oom2.com. And don't forget IQD calls. IQD calls will be your source of any future updates from Gerry Maguire, because they tend to post the replays there. But that's it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. And Cupcake Head here saying goodbye. And what can I say? Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe. And don't listen to the Wingit calls. Don't bother with the Master Trust packages. You don't need it. Take care, everybody.